Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's been an interesting week so far here in Call of Duty between Black Ops 6 and Warzone. We know that upcoming next week, we have our next major update for the game. This includes Season 3 Reloaded, which is going to be a bunch of new content for multiplayer, a little bit for zombies, a good bit for Warzone as well, new gameplay updates, weapon tuning, bug fixes, all things of that nature. And typically about a week out from the launch of these major updates, we start to see marketing, whether it's various different tweets or videos or showcases from Call of Duty themselves, or a full-on blog post and roadmap detailing some of the updates. And while we haven't seen those for whatever reason officially surfaced yet, it's quite possible that drops maybe tomorrow, maybe early next week on Monday in preparation for the update. We do have some new details on updates that have gone live over the past few days, including some new patch notes. We also now have a direct confirmation of next week's major update for BO6 and Warzone, just not directly from Call of Duty, which is kind of strange. But anyways, first up here, a few days back, we did actually see some slight patch notes drop. I was kind of waiting to see if anything more significant was going to drop alongside these to cover them, but seems like it's been kind of a dormant week and a stagnant week for Call of Duty as we're just waiting for Season 3 Reloaded, right? But a few days back, we did see sort of a mini update, a minor update go out. This was just like an update requires restart thing, so no download required for this or anything, but a small update's rolling out on all platforms. In Zombies, this ended up fixing an issue with the anywhere but here and nowhere but there teleportations, where it can actually TP you outside of the final encounter. If you were in that very niche scenario, it could throw you out of that. So really random bug, but that is now updated. And then in Warzone, we actually got some pretty important updates here as well. They say they fixed an issue that caused players to lose all movement functionality if they selected a custom loadout within the same time frame as opening the loadout drop. So the ability to get stuck when you access a loadout and you can't do anything in game, obviously really big problem, really frustrating issue. Part of that has now been fixed. There's still some other issues ongoing with loadouts that we'll talk about here in just a moment, but good news there for sure. They also fixed an issue that allowed other squad members to pick up ammo satchels dropped by the scavenger perk. So scavenger was all sorts of buggy for the last little while here, not functioning as intended, so nice to see that that's been updated as well. There are still some weird issues ongoing with it, where like if you go to drop ammo, it drops all of it really randomly, and like the collection of it is not always accurate. So hopefully they continue to sort of tweak that and fix that as necessary, but some solid issues addressed here outright. Overnight, we also ended up getting a brand new PlayStation based update here, specifically for PlayStation 5 system software, that actually adds in a new audio focus feature, and this allows you to amplify quieter audio in your game, like for instance footsteps. And just based off the initial impressions of this audio being added to PlayStation, then PlayStation 5 players trying this out in Warzone, it seems like the general consensus from the handful of clips and videos I've seen on it already is that this is essentially like audio tunes, but for PlayStation. It makes footsteps stand out and movements stand out a lot more in Call of Duty. Interesting that it is a PlayStation specific update, so now you have a situation where PC can obviously fine-tune audio throughout various different things, whether it's virtual audio cables, art audio, whatever the case is, right? You've got PlayStation using this enhanced audio focus thing for better audio that seems to be making things very distinct. And then Xbox is kind of just chilling there, like nothing's been done specifically there. So you've got quite a different balance between the consoles and PC, crossplay right now, that does make the experience pretty different depending on what kind of setup you're running. To be fair, you could also be going all in on your audio setup using various DACs and amps and mixers and all sorts of crazy headsets and everything, or you could be playing on like earbuds or speakers, so it's going to be a different experience for everyone. But did want to take note of this because it does seem to have a pretty drastic impact in game, specifically for like Warzone audio, which is obviously very important. And by the way, as we are going through all the new update details and everything like that, quick reminder, if you do enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. Much love to everyone who does take the time to do so. And if you're new to the channel, you want to guarantee that every single day you're always in the know for everything going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, patch notes, meta breakdowns, it's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. Help get us one step closer to reaching 1 million subscribers. As mentioned, we actually did get a direct confirmation for the Season 3 Reloaded update and this next major title update for Call of Duty, not courtesy of Call of Duty themselves though, instead courtesy of PlayStation game size. It's been a minute since we've seen any database updates for PlayStation, but as of earlier this morning, the 1.72 update has officially been added to the database for COD. It also comes alongside the 1.013 update for Warzone. So this means that with Season 3 Reloaded next week, no surprise, it is going to be a major title update, but it is going to be a full-on app update for the COD HQ that's going to require downloads for the base Black Ops 6, like Call of Duty HQ app, then the Warzone extensions and Warzone packs as well. Obviously, it's a major update for the season. We're going to see new content across multiplayer with new maps, new modes, some new zombies features. Warzone's getting ranked play, new features, new modes, all sorts of stuff like that. We've got new weapons and everything. We did a full video breaking down all of the confirmed and expected content for Season 3 Reloaded just a few days back. But now we have it official. This full-on title update, the 1.72 update, has been added early to the PlayStation database, which means we should be seeing some more details on this update surface in the next few days, like I said. Presumably, the marketing should be going on. Like, it's pretty surprising we didn't have anything today, because usually that stuff happens a week out. So perhaps it ends up happening tomorrow, maybe early next week on Monday. Whenever it does surface, we're going to get a blog and other reveals, potentially an updated roadmap. I'll be keeping you guys in the know for all of that stuff, but it is nice to see that the full-on title update is ready for Season 3 Reloaded. Now, that said, since we do have this title update officially confirmed now, this means presumably we're not going to see any major updates go on in the course of the next week leading up to Season 3 Reloaded. Maybe there's a few hotfix updates here and there, but these things on the Trello, for instance, that are listed as fixed scheduled, like the slide to dive behavior, not allowing you to actually go from slide to prone instantaneously, that won't be updated until Season 3 Reloaded. Presumably the nail gun ADS not being centered also won't be updated fully until Season 3 Reloaded. The double XP widget showing that there's full double XP active when it's just gobblegum XP won't be updated until Season 3 Reloaded. I'd be pretty surprised if we saw any sort of mini patch notes or any other changes go out before this major update. They're probably just going to reserve all that stuff for that patch so they can push it out with the title update and have it included in their full Season 3 patch notes at some point next week. And then one last minor update that took place today was actually a slight refresh of the playlist here. Obviously, this image is from last week when Raven put out the weekly playlist update featuring stuff for Battle Royale, Resurgence, BR Casual, Plunder, Bootcamp, etc. Today, as it's obviously only lasting until the 24th, we did see a slight playlist update refresh. As of the time that I'm recording this video, they haven't posted an official tweet or graphic, but in-game it's currently updated. So in game now on the Warzone menu, you can see the general playlist selection is still largely the same here. We do have Battle Royale quads, trios, duos, and solos on Verdansk. Battle Royale casual is just quads currently. We've still got Warzone Bootcamp, Plunder quads there too, but now the last final piece of this playlist update, if you will, is the full squad size selection for Resurgence gameplay on Rebirth. This past week was only quads, trios, and duos. My game is crashing in the background, and we're back. I don't know. Anyways, this past week we only had quads, trios, and duos. Now though, we do have all 4 squad sizes, solos, duos, trios, and quads available on Resurgence. Probably the largest playlist selection we've had in Warzone in quite some time, which must be good because it means the devs are confident they can fill all of these playlists, adequately with the current player count. But yeah, we do have a slight playlist update with today's patch or mini update as well. And that's gonna wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that sub button on your way out so you can guarantee you're always in the loop for everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.